This is Rebecca, and this is my goat Shea, who is very full of milk since I forgot to milk her yesterday. And I guess I'm doing a milking video today, so. And of course, whenever they're this full, it is difficult to get them started and have them not lift their legs up. Yeah. Alright. And whenever they're getting in so much trouble, you tie their hooves so that they can't get in the bucket or kick the bucket over and cause you to lose all your milk. Which is never fun. I know, you know what's coming. Okay guys, so I've just done a simple bow tie right around here, and I assure you it does not cause them any pain whatsoever using twine or anything like that. I wouldn't want to use anything slimmer, but it doesn't cause them pain, and it keeps their hooves nicely contained while you're milking. And unlike with cows where you just open and close your hands, from what I've heard, it's a different motion whenever you're milking. You start from the up, trap the milk, and then push it out. Once you get fast, and whenever they're really full like this, especially when they're really full like this, it seems like it's just an open and close, but if you just open and close it, it doesn't have any milk come out whenever they're all closing at the same time. Yeah, I know. You're crazy. I'm sorry, baby girl. And unlike a lot of herders with goats and sheep, especially the big ones, I actually name my goats, the ones I'm going to keep anyways. And goats are smart. They learn their names. They just mostly choose to ignore it whenever I'm calling on them, especially when that's normally breaking the rules.
When they're breaking the rules.
When they're, yes, I cannot speak. Dargo, you have way too much interest in this. Psych of a dog. And, yeah, since the last time you saw Dargo was when he had the cone on, yeah, he hasn't technically gone off the cone. He just destroyed it when he was in the kennel yesterday, so there is no more cone anymore. But thankfully that lasted for 2 weeks, which is very impressive for him, since he is a big chewer and absolutely hated that thing. So, anything else I should talk about, Mom?
Eh,
Right.
probably not too much else. I'm gonna say Dargo gets to get his staples out tomorrow, or in a couple days.
My goat herd is not a pure breed. It's not plain dairy or plain meat. I have a mixed herd. I have some Kiko. What else do I have? What else?
We've got Alpine. I think we might have a little bit of Toggenburg.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Whatever the breeds are that my cousin uses, because she's the one that's helped me start my herd.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. Oh, we have some Savannah in it. I feel like we have some other breeds, but I'm kind of blanking. We've got a huge variety.
We do. It's too many to remember.
Yeah.
But we have a good variety from both milk and dairy.
For milk and meat.
Milk and meat. Like I said, I cannot speak. And a lot, it varies from person to person, but some people prefer having plain Kiko or plain Toggenburg or whatever like that. But I prefer having a mixed breed because that way, with the dairy goats, they have a lot of milk, as you know, and they produce a lot. They from what I can tell, they're good. They're really good moms. I haven't really been able to tell the difference between milk and dairy.
Milk and meat.
I'm having problems today. And with the meat goats, they're the ones that tend to have triplets and everything, which is irritating considering they don't produce so much milk, enough milk for triplets, when dairy goats produce more than enough for twins. Generally, what you would want whenever you're in kidding season, you're normally hoping for twins. And I hope for twins of the same gender, like 2 boys or 2 girls, especially 2 girls, since they're the ones that you will keep to help breed. And I tend to bring in Kikos. I buy a Kiko and not Kiko, a buck.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to buy my bucks and keep them for several years until they die or something, or get too big for the britches and start bullying the sheep buck that we have, because my dad does sheep. Not my area of expertise and not what I enjoy, but that's his. And
Well, and we also Blaze died, but we were planning on getting rid of him just because we'd bred him enough years that it was time to get a new.
yes. And he was a jerk and starting to bully and trying to.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, he took on cows.
Yes, he did. And he was trying to get on the lady sheeps, the ewes. And yeah.
Yeah.
That is not what we want. And then I have had a buck, Zeus, who was a pretty sure full dairy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's one
He was
that I
Alpine.
bred. Yeah, Alpine, because his mom was Iridessa. And we chose to get rid of him because his kids weren't the best, wouldn't grow, and it's very normal for dairy goats to take 2 years to mature in size, and they can get to be very big, very tall. He was quite tall and very sturdy, but after my other buck Orion died, and he was a mix.
He was a Savannah.
Yeah, he was a Savannah. Wasn't he Savannah mix?
No, well, he was mostly Savannah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Zeus, with his huge horns, decided to take charge of the entire herd, both the goats and the sheep, and was causing lots of problems. So yeah, that's great. Dargo. He is looking for hoof shavings.
Gross.
Yeah. I've been trimming hooves every time after I milk so that I can get through the entire herd without doing it in one sitting, because that is over 20 goats, which is not fun.
It's very hard on the back and the hands when you have to do a lot of them.
It is. Especially the front hooves. Those are the worst. And yeah, it looks like Shea is out. And after missing one day, this is about how much milk. Normally I can get a jar and a half, so I expect I'll probably get 2 jars, maybe 2.5 jars, since it's been an extra day. I'm milking her a little earlier than I would normally.
And she will be milking her again this afternoon or evening.
Yes.
It'll just be a small milking.
And after I milk them, I normally give them grain. Yeah. You don't like air feeding, that's what I know why. Yeah.
So something Rebecca hasn't mentioned is most people when milking give their goats grain to eat as they milk, and we've found that ours just act rather snotty when we do that. And so Rebecca's trained them to go ahead and be milked without being given anything, or sometimes we will give them some hay to chew on just so they don't get so bored, and then they know that the grain is going to be a treat for afterward.
It normally has them behave better, but today, no surprise, she's in a cranky mood since, she was majorly full, and that is not comfortable. Leave her be. Dargo, you are obsessed with goats. And this is the one that butted you when you were a kid. As you can tell, our dog is insane, but we love him for it. Yes, we do. Yeah, there's milk on my hands, so he is enjoying that. He's been trying to get in the bucket. Bye.